The car industry generates trillions of dollars every year, with millions of vehicles sold across the world and some of the most recognizable global brands. From the outside, it looks like a powerful and unstoppable business. But here is the truth that most people do not see. For many companies, this is actually a very difficult business to succeed in. Because in the auto industry, selling more cars does not always mean making more money. In fact, the bigger a company becomes, the harder it often is to win. Most people believe that scale is a clear advantage. The idea is simple: build more cars, sell more units, and reduce costs. And in many industries, that logic works very well. However, in the car industry, the opposite often happens. Scale does not simplify the business. Instead, it increases complexity. As companies grow, they must manage more factories, more models, more suppliers, and more risks. And every part of this system requires continuous investment. This is a business that never stands still. Every few years, vehicles must be redesigned to meet new expectations. At the same time, regulations change, and technology continues to evolve. We are now seeing major shifts toward electric vehicles, autonomous driving, and software integration. And importantly, these changes are not optional. Even if a company is profitable today, it must continue spending heavily just to remain competitive in the future. In many cases, companies are not investing to grow. They are investing simply to survive. At first glance, car companies appear to sell high-value products. However, the amount of profit they actually keep is often surprisingly small. In many cases, profit margins are in the single digits, and sometimes even below 5%. The reason is intense competition. Most cars serve the same basic purpose, which is to transport people from one place to another. As a result, companies compete heavily on price, features, and financing options. And when competition increases, prices tend to fall faster than costs. This creates a very fragile situation. Even a single weak year can erase several years of profit. The car industry is also closely tied to the broader economy. When economic conditions are strong, consumers are more willing to buy new vehicles. However, during uncertain times, purchases are often delayed. This is because cars are not daily necessities. They are large purchases that can easily be postponed. As a result, demand can decline very quickly. At the same time, costs do not adjust as fast. Factories continue operating, employees still need to be paid, and inventory begins to build up. To keep sales moving, companies often reduce prices, which further reduces profitability. This cycle tends to repeat itself over time. Today, the industry is facing an even greater challenge. It is going through a fundamental transformation. The shift toward electric vehicles, software-driven systems, and autonomous technology is changing the nature of the product itself. This is not a simple upgrade. It is a complete reset. In this new environment, competitive advantages may shift away from traditional manufacturing capabilities and toward software, data, and digital ecosystems. This introduces new competitors that are faster, more flexible, and less dependent on physical infrastructure. As a result, traditional automakers must invest heavily, not only to grow, but also to remain relevant. A car is far more complex than it appears. It is made up of thousands of individual components, including engines, chips, sensors, and electronic systems. These parts are sourced from a global network of suppliers. While this system allows for large-scale production, it also creates vulnerability. If even one critical component becomes unavailable, production can stop entirely. This was clearly demonstrated during the global chip shortage, when companies lost billions in revenue, not because demand disappeared, but because key components were missing. The more complex the system becomes, the greater the risk of disruption. When all of these factors are considered together, a clear conclusion emerges. The car industry is not just competitive, it is structurally difficult. Companies must continuously reinvest capital, operate with thin margins, and manage exposure to economic cycles. At the same time, they face technological disruption and depend on complex global supply chains. This is why many car companies struggle to deliver consistent long-term returns. It is not simply a matter of management quality. It is a reflection of the nature of the industry itself. So the next time you see a car company selling millions of vehicles, it is important not to assume that it is a great business. Because in this industry, scale does not guarantee profit, and growth does not guarantee strength. In many cases, the ability to survive over time is already a significant achievement.